Father in heaven plans for our future is always greater than the plans we set for our future ourselves. Always. They're always going to prevail over the plans we set for our future in our hearts. And always pray. Always come to the Father in heaven and ask Him, what is your purpose for my life? Ask Him. Ask Him how to fulfill it. Ask Him for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Ask Him what is His plans for your life? That's something that we never pray about, is asking the Father in heaven, what is my plan for my life? We never ask the Father in heaven, what is the plan? What is His plan? We always set our own plans, thinking we know everything, and we don't. And we wonder why everything, it just falls apart and our plans don't go according to His plan. It's because that's not the right plan for your life. But we still blame the Father in heaven, even though we plan our own plans, we plan our own life, and when it don't work out, we blame the Father in heaven for it. The Father in heaven plans for our lives would never fail. It would always prevail. It will always prosper. It will always grow. It would always be greater than the plans we set for ourselves. Always. And being ambitious is okay. But you don't want to let being ambitious hinder you in fulfilling the Father in heaven's ultimate plan for your life. It's okay to be ambitious, but don't get carried away. Don't get carried away, because Satan, he will exploit and hint the pride in you. You get what I'm saying? Because say your plans is working out, right? Say you set plans for life, everything is working out. And you might thinking like, okay, I got this, I got all this money, I got all this success, I got all this fame, and I got all these material things. Still, don't let that hinder your purpose. Lose everything, then what? See what I'm saying? So that's the thing right there. Satan will try to exploit a hint of pride within you by getting you to think that you doing it all on your own. You get what I'm saying? And then when you lose it all, since you planned it on your own, you blame the Father in heaven. Now you got somebody to blame. Now, have you noticed that? Now when you do it all on your own, you fell on your own. All your plans fail. Now you got somebody to blame. Now you're gonna blame everybody but yourself. So you got to think about it. The Father in heaven, His plans never fail. So you don't have nobody to blame. So that's just something to keep in mind right there. A lot of people don't think about stuff like that. I do. And Father in heaven's plan for my life is going well. Because I came from hell. I came from nothing. Working dead-end jobs, being homeless, losing everything multiple times, in and out of homeless shelters, and living on the streets as a kid, being betrayed by family members, doors shut in your face. Been through a lot of stuff, and now these days, I pray more than everything. I pray for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding for the things that will make my life better. Instead of praying for material things, it's useless praying for material things. And you never get your prayers answered that way. But if you pray for the things that you pray for the Father in heaven to give you a glimpse of the plans that He got set before your life, that's the way to go. How you praying right. That's the best way to go right there. So that's just something right there to keep in mind, guys. And Never be too quick to plan your own plans for your future. Plan your own life. Make your own plans for your future. Never be too quick to do those things. Because why settle for less? And you can just settle for more by going with the Father in Heaven's plan with your life. I know sometimes like I said, we get super ambitious, and ain't nothing wrong with being ambitious, but don't let it hinder you from living out the purpose the Father in Heaven has set before you. Because a lot of people, they too ambitious, and that right there, they become prideful as well, thinking they're doing everything on their own, and then when they lose it all, they blame everybody but they self. First person they blame is the Father in Heaven. And it's like, it's crazy because the Father in Heaven didn't even plan anything. He didn't even, that plan that you set, that you was ambitious about and so proudful about, his Father in Heaven didn't even set that. You did that. But we blame everybody but ourselves when stuff don't work out. And Father in Heaven doesn't want you to do that. The Father in Heaven wants your plans to succeed. That's why he said, trust his plans in your life. And I got some scripture for y'all as well. I got some scripture to back up what I'm saying right now. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. So that proves to you right there, guys. Father in Heaven's plans is never there to harm you. It's never there to just leave you on the back burner. Father in Heaven's plans is always greater for your life. And I got another one for y'all too. Proverbs 16:3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So that means that means if you commit to the Father in Heaven, whatever you do, you always include the Father in Heaven in your plans, your plans will always succeed. And that's what I do right now. So far my plans has been succeeding right now. And right now I'm waiting on this ticket right now to be approved on this account, major account for a management company for my business. And if that account go through, I'm gonna be wealthy. And it's all, like I said, it's all thanks to the Father in Heaven. So, like I say, I include the Father in Heaven in all my plans. Right now it's pending, but I believe that it's gonna go through. And once that go through, I'm definitely gonna be wealthy. Definitely. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to tell you that you need to trust the Father in Heaven with your plans. Commit to him in all your plans. Trust the Father in Heaven, include him in your plans. Plans are gonna always succeed. And that shows you right there, guys. I love backing up what I'm saying with scripture right there. That way you can see that, like, man, what he's saying is pretty accurate. And I like to use testimonies as well, because quoting scripture is not enough. You got to talk to people and be relatable to people. And that's what I do with my testimonies and my art of storytelling, because I'm talking to real people. None of you guys is robotic. Everybody got problems. Everybody go through things. Everybody make plans for themselves. But me, I want your plans to prosper. I want your plans to succeed. And that's why I'm sharing this video, because the Father in Heaven wants your plans to succeed and prosper as well. You don't want your plans to fail. And that's why the Father in Heaven provides us with these scriptures to guide us through life. And I like to thank all of the prophets he used as well to write out the Bible, to write out these scriptures and stuff like that. Because if it wasn't for those guys, we won't even have nothing to spread the gospel on. We won't even have nothing to go off of right now. So I thank those guys. I thank them all. Cause them guys, they was warriors, boy. They was warriors. I'm telling you. My hat off to those guys. Much respect to them. And it's thanks to them that we got something to go off of that we can share right now to people right now in the modern time. Because, everything they want us to be silent about the things that matter, but I'm not going to be silent about the things that matter, guys, because I want us all to win.